ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Nothing is inevitable, but some things are meant to be because they are made to happen by men of will.
Mahomes, Jackson, they're taking over this league.
There's no way to stop him.
They set a course, a collision course. And somewhere along the path, abilities turn into powers.
He is Houdini! Patrick Mahomes on fire!
Athletes become icons, mortals become myths.
The man, the myth, the legend, big trust, Lamar Jackson.
Leaders on united teams.
Believe that this is our moment.
Heroes to legions of followers.
Monday night, prime time, that's when you shine. We drive all day long.
It isn't destiny, but desire that brought them this far.
I'm a beast out here. I'm a beast. Hit me. Hit me.
To meet face to face, force to force. On Monday Night Football. Now play those damn notes. Bum, 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 bum.
Samuel L. says, roll the music. You roll the music.
Is that goosebumps or what?
Wow. It is finally here. The showdown. Hey, any place else you guys would rather be right now?
Nope.
We're all good?
I'm good.
No more hype. No more talk.
Play ball.
No more superlatives. Enough is enough. Let's kick this bad boy off. And Harrison Butker agrees. Bring it out to the 25, and that's where we will see our first look tonight at Lamar Jackson.
Look, he is eager. Lamar is eager, man. He wants to show people that he can throw this football from the pocket and show off the fact that he is calm in the pocket, that he is secure in the pocket, and he can threaten the deep part of the field, especially outside the numbers. And he has the weapons to do it. Marquise Brown, keep an eye on him. Number 15, he has the weapons to do it. Let's just see what he wants to do as they start this game off.
Ravens will run with three backs in there tonight. Mark Ingram starts directly behind Lamar Jackson. And on first down, give is to Ingram, and he's out to the 30-yard line. This offensive line for the Ravens, Ronnie Stanley, about to get paid in the near future.
Yeah, he sets the tone for the best rushing attack in the NFL, and he is tremendous at his craft. And then when you look at the skill players, Mark Ingram is a downhill thumper. Marquise Brown is the speed on the outside. And keep an eye on number 89, Mark Andrews. The kind of relationship that he and Lamar Jackson have, particularly on third down in the red area, is as good as there is in the entire league.
Ingram the left side. Gain of 2. Anthony Hitchens makes the stop, and we'll get used to hearing that. Hitchens, one of the big tacklers for Kansas City.
And this front four is going to have their challenge tonight against this running game. Chris Jones, one of the best in the NFL, but this is a ground you kind of offense from Baltimore. Anthony Hitchens is that linebacker who's the quarterback at the second level, and Tyrann Mathieu, keep an eye on him in the secondary. He will mirror Lamar Jackson as much as possible. It'll be interesting to see how he plays, particularly on the edge.
Third down and 2. J.K. Dobbins in there, the rookie out of Ohio State. Jackson going to keep it. Has the first down and plenty more. Lamar Jackson running away from people and down the sideline. Down to the 37-yard line. Juan Thornhill forced him out. Jackson rips off 32.
You're going to see a little counter action. Tell me, if you're a linebacker, which way you're going to go. You got 2 offensive linemen going one way, 2 going the other way, and then you got the speed of Lamar Jackson on the perimeter.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely critical for the Chiefs to make sure that they have their force and fill principles on the edge secure, because if not, when Lamar gets out here on the perimeter, it's over. He's going to rip off big runs, and you're going to be in big trouble.
So all that talk about the pocket passer, he takes off for 32, easily getting the first down. Here's Jackson to throw for the first time tonight. Throws, and it is off the fingertips of Marquise Brown. It'll fall incomplete. Rashad Fenton had the coverage for Kansas City.
Yeah, you got to make that catch, right, Lou?
Yeah, he sure does. Look, this is a nice release by Marquise Brown off the line of scrimmage, just driving up the field. Fenton gets a little bit of a pass interference there, a little bit of a hole, but that's all right. You know, you have to play. They're going to have to play aggressive on guys like Marquise Brown, who are a little bit smaller, and be aggressive with them down the field and challenge them at the catch point.
Seeing all three running backs for Baltimore on this first drive. Gus Edwards is in there now. Jackson will keep it. Forced to the outside. Sideline is his friend to pick up a 6.
This approach early from Baltimore. Why wouldn't you come out and run the ball in the first 5 or 6 plays with only one pass? Because this Chiefs defense, you want to see if they can stop the run. They have struggled against the run. 150 yards per game already this season, and it's the best thing that Baltimore does. So why wouldn't you come out and test that early? It's in their DNA, right? They want to grind you out, get a lead, and then finish.
3rd and 5 from the 32. Jackson going to keep it. Late pitch back to J.K. Dobbins. And he's got the first down. He crashed out of bounds. Tedrick Thompson made the stop. Gain of 7 on the play and enough for another first down.
Yeah, Mike then on the outside there at defensive end. You just see the kind of problems that Lamar causes. He gets stuck in mud right there, but he does force the pitch. But J.K. Dobbins has enough speed to get around that edge and get the first down. This is the kind of problem that Lamar presents to you. Just when you play him pretty well, he's still able to make the big play.
He's got to protect the football, too. That was real close.
Yeah, it was.
Getting a paw on it.
Ingram back in there. He'll rush and finds a seam. Another gap right up the middle. Another first down. Tyrann Mathieu makes the stop, gain of 11.
Big time block here. Here's Ronnie Stanley. Talked about him in the open, how good he is. Just coming down on a down block. You get Boyle around. This is the DNA of this team. They're going to come downhill at you until you prove that you can stop it.
And the Ravens don't care if they're ahead or behind. They're going to run the football with their 3 backs or Lamar Jackson. Gus Edwards in there now. That's Duvernay in motion, and they give it to him. Devin Duvernay around the end. Down to the 8-yard line. Give him 2. Thornhill another tackle.
Devin Duvernay is one of those guys out of the University of Texas who has world-class speed. And when you get him on the perimeter on those jet sweep type of runs, he does for them, or theoretically could do for them, the same thing that Tyreek Hill does for Kansas City. Again, he's going to really pressure you on the perimeter. Your force principles, your ability to string the ball laterally and make tackles, because if you let him get turned upfield, you're never going to catch him.
Speed runs in Duvernay's family. That's Kyler Murray's cousin. 2nd and 3. Jackson, and he looking to just throw that away. Stiff arm on Thornhill to buy himself some space. 3rd and 3 upcoming.
Great play by Thornhill. He's coming off that ACL surgery 8 months ago, and just played 2 games, and really dynamic athlete, and you can see his athletic ability on the edge against Lamar Jackson. Brings up a huge 3rd down here, Lewis.
Yeah, this is Mark Andrews' territory. Yep. Keep an eye on number 89. They'll be looking to get him free.
Rolling and throwing and completing, well shy of the first down. Willie Snead made the catch. Mathieu the stop, and it's 4th down.
That's a great job by Tyrann Mathieu in man-to-man coverage, working over the top of Miles Boykin and not getting picked on any kind of rub route, and being able to leverage the football inside out and make a tremendous stop.
Brings on Justin Tucker.
A little surprised that John Harbaugh didn't decide to go for it here. It's normally his MO. You got to score a lot of points to beat these Chiefs.
This from 26. Has hit 64 consecutive field goals from inside of 40 yards. Easy money for Justin Tucker. And the Ravens score first, a 3-0 lead tonight. Ravens had 60 yards rushing on that opening drive. That stalled out on the final 2 plays from scrimmage for no gain. Had to settle for the field goal. 3-0 Baltimore. Justin Tucker will kick it away. McCole Hardman thinking about it. No, he's not. Out to the 25. We'll get our first look tonight at Patrick Mahomes. And I mean, here's a scary thought. I'm nowhere near where I can be.
You know, and I think it's accurate, as scary as that is. You're right. And I think maybe the most underrated skill for Patrick Mahomes is his leadership. We talk so much about his arm and his ability to extend plays, but you don't come back from double-digit deficits 6 times in a row without your teammates believing in you, and that's all about leadership.
3 games in the postseason, 2 playoff games in the Super Bowl. Pitching around, Tyreek Hill and all that speed. He's got the first down and much more. Tyreek Hill approaching midfield. It's a gain of 22 on the first snap for Mahomes and the Chiefs. The offensive line for Kansas City, bit of a late change tonight. Mike Remmers is starting at the right guard spot. Andrew Wiley was sent to the hospital, possible case of appendicitis. We'll watch for that and update you on that if anything becomes available.
Yeah, and you got introduced already. First play of the game, Tyreek Hill just doesn't contribute in the passing game, but certainly in the running game as well.
Mahomes to throw for the first time. Batted up in the air and knocked out. Patrick Queen got a hand on it. There is a penalty flag down. John Hussey, our referee tonight.
Illegal use of the hands, hands to the face. Defense, number 22. 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
We're going to see this matchup pretty much all night. The Ravens feel very comfortable matching up Jimmy Smith on Travis Kelce, and he just got his hands up around that face mask. But the Ravens are predominantly a man-to-man defense, and they trust it, they believe it. They're the best defense in the NFL. They're going to live with those matchups.
Travis Kelce in motion. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play. Pernell McPhee makes the stop. Get into the Ravens defense. The big additions up front, Derek Wolfe and Calais Campbell.
Yeah, and they like those 2 big additions in Wolfe and Campbell. They like the veteran experience they bring to the defense overall. And the rookie in the middle, it's all about the rookie Patrick Queen, who gives them a lot more speed at the second level. And then in the secondary, it's about the all-pros Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters.
Yeah. Go Tigers, go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Ravens pressure. There's the first blitz. Get 5, and that's Travis Kelce for 12 yards. Baltimore rushing 5. They are the heaviest blitzing team around the NFL.
And that time they bring a little bit of pressure on Patrick Mahomes. You hear the communication at the line of scrimmage. You feel no panic in his voice. He says, we're going to go 15. He knows where the pressure's coming from, and he gets the ball out of his hands before they get to him.
Yeah, they do a great job, right, Grease, of trying to find out what you're doing pre-snap. You know, with no crowd noise, they're able to communicate. He is totally in control.
Yeah.
Mahomes with a nice pocket, throwing to an area. It's Tyreek Hill able to stay on his feet, and he's out of bounds at the 5. Deshaun Elliott got just enough of him to pick up a 32. Man, they make that look easy.
Yeah, this is Tyreek Hill against Marcus Peters on the outside. Marcus loves to play off-man coverage, clue the quarterback, and try and peripher the wide receiver. And you see he respects Tyreek's speed down the field. That's why he gave him so much cushion. And that should be pitch and catch all day long. If you're not going to play him tight, you better make the tackle after the catch.
Way too much cushion. Yes, me.
From the 3, quick throw by Mahomes. Maybe a bit too quick for Edwards-Helaire. Couldn't haul it in.
And I get it, right? Marcus Peters giving a lot of cushion to a guy who's really fast. But Marcus Peters is a heck of a corner, one of the best in the league. I would anticipate they come up and press him a little bit, get physical with Tyreek Hill. That way you're in closer coverage.
Kansas City very familiar with Marcus Peters. He was their 18th pick overall in the 2015 draft.
Banana.
Fell out of favor with Andy Reid. 2nd and goal from the 3. Mahomes going to take off for it. Has the corner and easy. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Well, that's way too easy. And we underestimate the feet and the playmaking ability. When you have no edge here, Lewis, there is no edge and no contain on Patrick Mahomes. He did this 4 times in the 4th quarter last week to come from behind and win. And now he does it early in this game for a touchdown.
And you can see Baltimore playing man-to-man coverage. Linebacker can't get out over the top on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And they have a soft edge, and it's a touchdown. Good play design.
Here's Harrison Butker. The extra point. And he missed it. Butker, who was the hero a week ago with all those 58-yard field goals, he misses the extra point. Still, the first point scored by Kansas City in the first quarter this season. This young season. And here they trail 6-3. I believe the Jets are the only team that has not had the lead this young season of any NFL team. Butker missed the extra point a week ago, just missed that extra point, and the kickoff is short. And Devin Duvernay from the 10. Trying to find a crease, and a good return out to the 28-yard line. There is a flag, the 33-yard line, I beg your pardon. Check the mark. It's a 26-yard return from Devin Duvernay. See, Andy's figured out the face shield too now.
He has a lot of them. He's got a different one every day, it seems like.
After discussion on the field, it's been determined that the double team block wasn't significant enough to create the penalty. Therefore, we're picking up the foul. First down.
I think the challenge for John Harbaugh in this game is to not get behind. That's what happened a year ago in this game. They were down 23-6 at halftime. They didn't play well enough to stay within striking distance on the scoreboard with these Chiefs, and then that completely changes the dynamic of how they want to play on offense. They had to throw the ball too much. So important in the first quarter here that they continue with their style of play, which is run it.
They did put up a great effort to come back. Chiefs only won 33-28 again after Baltimore trailed 23-6. And here they find themselves trailing 6-3. Second opportunity for Lamar Jackson. Gonna keep it. Has first down yardage. Football bounced out. And there is a flag down again. Chris Jones the stop. Gain of 13 if it stands.
Tripping. Offense, number 86. 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. First down.
That's Nick Boyle, the tight end out of Delaware.
This is one of the best blocking tight ends in the NFL, and you will see him at the point of attack often on the perimeter run game. You see they call him there. That looks a little inadvertent to me. It doesn't look like he tried to actually trip him, but he's one of the best point of attack blockers in the NFL. He will lead you tonight to where they're going to run the football, I promise you.
And that is just the second offensive penalty by the Ravens all season. John Harbaugh doesn't even want one of them, let alone two. First and 20. That's Boyle in motion. Quick toss to the left. Duvernay. Stop. Rashad Fenton came up for no gain.
And one of the reasons why they have been so efficient and so explosive on offense already through the first 2 games of this year is they haven't had those penalties, as you mentioned. They've stayed within the down and distance, and they're able to run the ball and then throw play action off of it. When you're first and 20, that puts you a little bit behind. You got to throw the football.
Last 3 offensive snaps for the Ravens all resulted in no gain.
See Greg Roman there, the offensive coordinator. Really meshed well with Lamar Jackson and created this offense and now built on it in his second full year as a starter.
2nd and 20. Jackson to throw. Able to complete to Mark Andrews, and he lost the football out of bounds. It's a catch and good for 8 yards. Andrews' first grab of the game.
Yeah, that's the second nice play by corner Rashad Fenton, number 27, on the perimeter. This time they're playing what you would call a 2-deep look, where he's just jamming the number 1 wide receiver out there in the flat, comes off, reads Mark Andrews breaking out to the flat. He's a guy that they are counting on to get better and better as he plays more on the outside, Grease, and not just in the slot.
Yeah, and he's playing because no Charvarius Ward so far in this game with that broken hand from week 1. So they've got a rookie in L'Jarius Sneed, and then on the other side, Fenton.
3rd and 15. Jackson in some trouble. Nearly went down. Being chased, and that football comes out. Chris Jones trying to run him down. Frank Clark had the first pressure. And it's another loss of 9 on the play.
Big time effort from Chris Jones right here. This is great coverage down the field, 2 deep, nowhere to go with this football. But watch the effort of Jones. You got Clark that comes in originally. Now this is where Lamar Jackson kills you, but the effort of Jones almost gets a turnover. Lamar was lucky that one didn't get recovered by the Chiefs. Looks like he might have been down with that left knee.
Sam Cook is back to punt it away, standing at his own 6. Gets it away. Hardman will signal for the fair catch at the Kansas City 32. 6-3 Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes with the football next. I'm good with Mahomes and Jackson for the next 9, 10, 11 years in the same conference.
This one's got some staying power, I have to admit. Now, you know, for it to kind of get up with the ones we just showed there, Lamar's got to hold up his end of the bargain and win some of these games. But you know, these guys are going to be around for a while, and it's because their organizations really believe in them and will invest in the players around them.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire for about 4. Our official, John Parry, is with us on site. John, so we got the best matchup. Do we have the best officials tonight?
You know, they had to circle this matchup when that season schedule came out. Tonight, we have experience. You've got 116 years of combined experience, 8 Super Bowls, and 18 championships led by John Hussey, one of the league's best.
So there you have it. Pretty cool, yeah. Big game for the Stripes as well. 2nd down and 6. From the 36. Edwards-Helaire again. Out beyond the 40. Great second effort, and we'll see where they mark him down. Very close to the marker. Deshaun Elliott first in for Baltimore.
See, this is what they love about Clyde Edwards-Helaire, is the fact that despite only being 207 pounds, at the point of attack, you see him right there. Tremendous balance. Doesn't go down easy. He's going to continue to fight. You're going to have to wrap up and put him on the ground, because as this game goes along, once they have to really start backing off and having to play the pass, they keep hitting him on the pass. He's going to break some big ones, and you better get him down on the second level before he gets into space.
3rd down. First chance to convert on 3rd down for Kansas City. 3 on the play clock. Looked like Mahomes wanted it and didn't get the snap, and the flag comes in.
Offense, number 10. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
On Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, you had both receivers out there and the quarterback that looked like they were expecting the ball to be snapped, but none of the offensive linemen. So what does that tell you? It tells you it's probably on the center. But go from a 3rd and 1 now to a 3rd and 5.
2.5 to play in the quarter. Ravens blitz, set up the screen nicely for Edwards-Helaire. Picks up a block, has the first down, and he's across midfield. Down to the 48-yard line of the Ravens. It's a pickup of 15.
This is what makes Andy Reid so unpredictable. He's hard to, on 3rd and 5, you're not expecting screen, right? You're expecting the offense to throw the ball beyond the sticks because it's not a very long yardage situation. And Andy Reid, in that instance is a step ahead of you.
Yeah, he knows that they're going to try and blitz, right? Well, how do you slow down the blitz? You run slow down plays. You're a quarterback. You love those kind of plays when they're blitzing you.
Absolutely. Bring it. I'm just going to flip it over to my screen.
There you go.
Darwin Thompson is checked in. Give Edwards-Helaire a breather. Here's Mahomes trying to set it up for Thompson. Hit immediately as he tried to catch that football. Marlon Humphrey was there at the exact same time.
Marlon Humphrey is a big hitter. Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator, said he could play in any era. This is a guy who just wants to be great. And they use him all over the field because he is great. He can play down in the box. He can play against tight ends, against running backs. He can match up against the slot on the outside. He can do it all. That's why he's an all-pro.
Well, he's going to have to play a lot in the slot in this game because the Baltimore Ravens have no Tavon Young, who tore his ACL last week.
Tyreek Hill in the backfield. Across the middle. Here's Travis Kelce for first down yardage. Kelce for a pickup of 11. Humphrey brought him down.
This is what Andy Reid is going to do to a young linebacker. You're going to have a linebacker in Patrick Queen, and he's going to make you go one way, go another, running for the back, and then they slip the tight end right in between you. For Patrick Queen, this is going to be the most difficult assignment of his young career, is tracking where all these guys are going on offense.
An aggressive defense like this, when you start running plays like that, you just start standing and watching. You saw it happen right there.
Out of that stacked formation, here's Mahomes under some pressure. Able to get away from Bowser, and he'll throw it away incomplete. Tyus Bowser nearly got Mahomes to the ground, and we're inside a minute in this first quarter.
And this is one of the underrated parts of his game, and that's his ability in the pocket to go ahead and then just make second reaction plays. You see him here. He has some time. He senses the rush coming from his backside, and Tyus Bowser is a good edge rusher, and Pat just kind of brushes it off and is able to get the ball out of his hand so he doesn't take a negative play. He's a good athlete in the pocket. He says he has to work on some of his awareness as far as the rush is concerned, but that was a good shot right there.
Mahomes, quick drop and pass to Kelce. There is a flag down. Peters had the stop on Kelce. We'll check the flag.
Offside. Defense, number 53. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
Result of the play, a 13-yard gain.
You've seen this all weekend from veteran quarterbacks that go on the road, right? That they're using their snap count, and for Patrick Mahomes, it's no different. He's got a great hard count, and I anticipate him using that throughout the course of this game.
Take it to Hill, back the other way, and deflected away by Calais Campbell.
Calais Campbell doesn't get his paws on this ball. There's a lot of running room. They're just running the screen over here to Thompson. And look at that. There's not a lot of room. Not a lot of Ravens out there if they were able to complete that ball. Campbell did this 3 times a week ago. He's 6'8". And so when he gets those arms up, it's very difficult to negotiate as a quarterback.
Darwin Thompson stumbles forward. Campbell makes back-to-back plays for this Ravens defense. Could be the final play of the first quarter. No one seems in a hurry to run another play. Ravens got the ball first, kicked the field goal. Chiefs marched down the field, had a touchdown and a missed extra point. 6-3 on our way to the second quarter. Quarter number 2. 6-3 Kansas City, and the milestones just keep on coming for young Patrick Mahomes. The fastest to 10,000 passing yards in NFL history. Puts Kurt Warner in the rear view.
Well, I guess that's the result of the perfect marriage between head coach and quarterback. Look, when you have a play caller who's also the head coach, who is totally invested in seeing you do the best that you can possibly do, and they put the weapons around you, it's amazing what happens when you have all that kind of support. On top of the fact that this is a transcendent talent at the quarterback position.
3rd and 9 from the Baltimore 23 to open up the second quarter. Here's Mahomes. Pressure is picked up nicely. Mahomes on the run, throwing and completing to Sammy Watkins inside the 10-yard line. Gain of 15. Watkins was questionable all week. Full participant in practice the last couple of days and good to go tonight.
Look, they got into their go-to formation, trips to the field with Tyreek Hill in the slot, and then he just took off down the middle of the field. Sammy Watkins one-on-one there against Marcus Peters, just hooks up, easy pitch and catch, pick up the first down.
It's a hard route to stop when you don't get pressure on the quarterback. He was able to extend that play and give Sammy Watkins time to run 15, 20 yards downfield and then uncover.
First and goal. Mahomes takes a bit of a hit as he throws to Tyreek Hill. It's a gain of 2. Jimmy Smith, the tackle on Hill.
So much pressure on a defense with 5 eligible receivers that really scare you. And Mahomes this time doesn't see anything he likes, able to get rid of the football. But, you know, between Tyreek Hill, Hardman, and then you got the Kelsey at tight end, you add in Clyde Edwards-Helaire, it's very difficult to know where the ball is going to go.
On 2nd and goal on the ground, Edwards-Helaire down to the 5-yard line. Don Martindale said to us, he goes, Sammy's the slow one, right at 4-3, because you have Tyreek Hill and McCole Hardman to run the 4-2, and if you're slow at 4-3, you're doing something.
Yeah, it's a heck of a luxury to have the kind of wide receivers that they have, but it's been purposeful as far as how they have acquired their players, the profiles that they have. Andy has really transformed this offense over the past couple of years to a much more down the field vertical attack.
3rd and goal from the 5. The fullback Anthony Sherman is in the game. Hill motions to the backfield. Mahomes underneath shovel to Anthony Sherman, the fullback for the touchdown, Kansas City. Of all the weapons, of all the places to go, it's the fullback Sherman. Why wouldn't it be?
Right after we, identify 5 eligible receivers, right here he is right here, and you're going to see you bring Hill and then you bring the quarterback, and then that's what opens up the lane inside. You have to respect the speed of Tyreek Hill. They tried this with Kelsey on a shovel pass last week and didn't work. That one worked to perfection.
Here's Harrison Butker. Again, missed the extra point earlier tonight on the first Chiefs touchdown. And this one is perfect. 13-3 Kansas City. Dan Orlovsky is smiling someplace. Anthony Sherman, 10th year out of player at a UConn, scores the latest touchdown for the Chiefs. 10-point lead, early stages, second quarter from Baltimore. Devin Duvernay had a pretty good return the last time. This time from the 10. Should give the Ravens excellent starting field position down the sideline. Butker couldn't get him. All the way, Devin Duvernay for the touchdown. There are no flags. How about 93 to the house? And that's how the Ravens scored their first touchdown of the night.
You talked about the speed, Steve. Take a look at this one little block here by Patrick Ricard, number 42. He's just going to get enough, and that allowed Duvernay to get up into the funnel, and then the speed around Thompson, the running back, and nobody's going to catch him.
Yeah, you have to know who you're playing against. This is a world-class sprinter, Devin Duvernay. And Darwin Thompson, you have to know this. When you're coming down the field on kickoff and you are a contained player, you better keep everything funneled inside to your buddies, because this guy is an angle destroyer. If he gets outside of you, I don't care what kind of angle you think you have, you're not running him down.
And that is the first kick return for a touchdown by anyone in the NFL this young season.
Well, it's interesting, the strategy from the Chiefs, right? Butker can easily kick the ball out of the end zone. They try to pooch it down there so it lands right on the goal line to entice you to return it, and they think they're going to tackle you inside the 25. That time it backfired.
You're right. To do that kind of thing, Grease, you have to have supreme coverage. This supreme confidence in your coverage abilities. And right there, they just had a critical breakdown.
Here's Justin Tucker on for the extra point, the kicker. And he's got that one. So sparks don't always fly from the quarterbacks. You got to play on special teams. We're back in 30 seconds after this word from DraftKings. Look at the smile on Devin Duvernay's face. The rookie out of Texas, third-round draft pick by the Ravens.
We talk so much about special teams with this Ravens team, right? We know their head coach, that was his bread and butter. John Harbaugh for many, many years, a special teams coach under Andy Reid for quite some time, and you know that they are going to be buttoned up in every aspect of special teams when they show up to play a game.
See how that impacts the complexion of this game. Sails out the back of the end zone, go out to the 25-yard line. The legend of Patrick Mahomes, Week 14, 2018. Against these Ravens, Mahomes connected with DeMarcus Robinson on an incredible no-look pass for a 17-yard gain. Chiefs will go on to win that game in overtime, but players in that Baltimore secondary are still talking about the viral video.
I don't know how that happens, right? I've played quarterback, and we never did that. It actually goes back to Texas Tech when he was in college in Cliff Kingsbury. They were just messing around in practice, and he got comfortable with it and brought it to the NFL. Amazing.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire stopped for a loss by Brandon Williams. So this Ravens defense is right back out on the field. They were just on the field for a 13-play Kansas City drive. And they get right back out there after the special teams touchdown. Devin Duvernay for 93 yards on the first kick return for a score in the NFL this season. 13-10 Kansas City. Second and 11. Mahomes, the quick throw. That's Hardman. Gain of 7 on the play.
Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator of the Ravens, just throwing all kinds of different looks at Pat Mahomes early on to try and get him confused. There, he's going to simulate a pressure, drop out, rush 4, cover with 7 like a normal defensive front and coverage would be, and they get a successful play. He's going to have to keep changing it up on Patrick so he can't get a beat on him.
Chiefs are 3 for 3 on third down conversions so far tonight. On 3rd and 4. Not that time. Couldn't wait for Kelsey to come out of his break. Pressure from Baltimore, rushing 5.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Lewis is talking about. They're bringing pressure, and that time Patrick didn't really know where these guys, who's coming? Am I hot? Am I not? And he clearly was bothered by it and let this ball go before he wanted to, before Travis came out of his break. And that's what simulated pressures will do to a quarterback.
Duvernay is not back there this time. Probably he's still catching his breath. James Prochet for the Ravens will drift back to the 10 and try to spin out of there. Out to the 25-yard line. It's a 57-yard punt. Lamar Jackson put the football in his hands, trailing by 3 in the second quarter on Monday night. Thanks, Lisa. Each week during the season, Monday Night Football will be highlighting an NFL trailblazer like Ozzie Newsome. His final first-round draft selection was Lamar Jackson. So he has set up the franchise for the future. Jackson throwing on the run and completing to Willie Snead for a gain of 4 on the play. Heck of a tight end, too.
Look, there's so much respect for Ozzie Newsome. Ozzie was in Cleveland in the 90s when I was playing there. He was just trying to figure out what he wanted to do as far as coaching and scouting. Comes down here to Baltimore, drafts all these Hall of Famers, really perfects his craft as far as being a team builder, and then turns it over to Eric DeCosta and says, here, don't mess up what I created. I've done a pretty good job.
I'll say.
That's tough to follow one of the greatest to ever do it, for sure.
2nd and 6. from their own 31. Off the play fake, Jackson loads up across the middle and off the fingertips of Mark Andrews. 4 Kansas City jerseys in the neighborhood, led by Thornhill.
There's that play-action pass and trying to get Mark Andrews down the middle of the field. The linebackers bite. It's open. Lamar just has to get that down and get it on him sooner, and they've got a big play. That is something that is a staple of their offense. Play-action pass, Mark Andrews down the middle of the field. He's one of the very best as far as threatening the third level of the defense as far as tight ends go.
Ravens went 3 and out their last offensive possession. Here's 3rd and 6. That's Dobbins, bottom of your screen. KC rushing 5, coming across the middle. Unable to hook up where Marquise Brown could not hang on. And a good stick by Tedrick Thompson.
Great design here from Steve Spagnuolo, defensive coordinator. Brought some pressure on Lamar Jackson, and he knows that when pressure comes, he's going to throw the hot route to Brown. Thompson was in perfect position. Even if that ball was caught, it wasn't going to be enough for a first down.
Sam Cook is on to punt. McCole Hardman for Kansas City, standing in his own 24. Cook got a little pressure, got it away from the 20. Solid bounce for Hardman on the low kick. And he's going east-west and now turns it up to the north. Patrick Mahomes just seems to have a smile on his face. He's got the football in his hands. Major League Baseball playoffs are here. It's a best-of-3 in the wild card. Trio of American League matchups beginning tomorrow. Astros and Twins, 2 Eastern on ABC. White Sox and A's at 3 here on ESPN. And the Yanks and Indians tomorrow night, 7 p.m. here on ESPN. Chiefs by 3, looking for more. Across the middle, it's Kelsey, found a seam in that defense. And he's to the 45 of the Ravens. Just like that, ran over Chuck Clark. It's a gain of 28.
Watch the effect of Deshaun Elliott when you see Tyreek Hill come in motion, and then he's going to come back across the field. This is the effect that you have of Hill. He comes down, and that opens up the window for Kelsey behind. It's, again, another example of Andy Reid and the creativity of using your players, not just static in the formation, but moving around the backfield.
Yeah. Yeah.
Snatched out of the air by Sammy Watkins. He's down to the 38. Second grab for Watkins. Gain of 5 on the play.
Hey, so far, I'm a little shocked here early on that they are not being more aggressive as far as their coverage schemes, as far as getting up on the line of scrimmage and challenging these wide receivers. Because when they back off, it's just pitch and catch for Pat out here. I mean, you saw on the play to Kelsey, that play action fake opened up a huge window on the second level. They're going to have to get more aggressive up here and challenge him.
Which is what they normally want to do, the way they want to play. Now you see him come up here and tight man-to-man coverage.
For 2nd and 5. Mahomes has all sorts of time, and he'll just throw that away. Bring up a 3rd and 5. Justin Ellis had Mahomes on the run.
And you see the subsequent effect it has on the pass play, right? If they get up there and they press at the line of scrimmage, all of a sudden Pat has to hold the football. If you get physical with them within that 5-yard bump zone, it really throws off the timing of everything. You can't sit back on this team. They may beat you off the line of scrimmage now and then. You may give up one, but if you sit back, you have no shot.
And you can help them, too, having a safety over the top at times just to protect them, but you got to be physical at the line of scrimmage.
How many people are the Ravens sending here on 3rd and 5?
You tell me. They're all up around the line of scrimmage.
Only 4 in the end. They disguise it. And Mahomes looking to escape, throwing on the run, slings it to Hardman. And he's able to pick it up just like that. Has to be so frustrating for a defender and that entire defensive unit.
That's not fair.
Yeah, you get pressure, right? And he's in the pocket, and right now he's out, and watch him flip his hips. I mean, you flip your hips like that and throw back. That's very hard to do.
I mean, fake jump pass. Let me just go back over here, flip my hips this way, throw it back across the field. I mean, that's like backyard ball. How do you defend that?
So, Grease, you did not do a lot of hip flipping in your day or not?
Didn't do as much stretching as young Patrick. Evidently, it's helpful.
Under 8 to play in the half. Chiefs by 3, looking for more. Set up the screen for Williams, and he's knocked back into yesterday. Calais Campbell, the first hit, and it's a loss of 4. Just what the Ravens defense needed there.
Look, Calais Campbell, I mean, that's a perfect job of reading it out, stopping your rush. Now he sees him. He sees the running back right in front of him, flatten down the line of scrimmage, and just run to the football. I think the Ravens defense said, okay, that's enough of the screen. We're going to start playing for this. We're going to start reading your pass sets, seeing what your back is doing.
Well, Wink Martindale, his motto is, life is short, run to the ball. He certainly did there.
It's not complicated. 2nd and 14. Rushing 4. Looked like a little bit of a head start for Matthew Judon. I was wondering how he got in there so quickly. He might have left early.
Offside. Defense, number 99. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That explains it.
Well, Matthew Judon's probably watching a little bit of tape last week from the Chargers game with Bosa and Ingram coming off the edge. They had their way with Mitchell Schwartz and Eric Fisher, and he wanted a piece, but can't leave early.
We haven't seen Patrick Mahomes hit that way like he was in LA last week in a long time. Got to think the whole league was watching that tape this week. 2nd and 9. Mahomes looking for Tyreek Hill, and he brings it down for the touchdown. Mahomes to Hill for the Chiefs score. 20 yards.
Look, if you're Marcus Peters, you can't play it any better than that. You're playing outside leverage. You got a safety in the middle of the field to help you. He's right here. Just watch him. He does a nice job of jamming at the line of scrimmage, riding him inside. He sees a safety sitting in the middle of the field. Pat has to basically put that ball in Tyreek's hands, almost as if he walked up to him and gave it to him, and that's exactly what he did.
I think I've seen this somewhere before. Maybe last week against the Chargers. It's the same thing. That ball has to be perfectly thrown, and it is.
Tyreek Hill has a touchdown catch in each game so far this season. Since 2017, only DeAndre Hopkins and Devontae Adams have more touchdown grabs than Tyreek Hill, the leader of that Legion of Zoom. Back in Baltimore, flipping the script a little bit. The Ravens usually have the lead, and it's the Chiefs who roar back from behind. And like Kansas City, doubling up Baltimore 20-10 so far. 6:40 to play here until halftime. And Lamar Jackson, that Ravens offense, will get the football. Butker to boot it away. Duvernay will head right for the sideline. Time now for our Burger King of the moment.
Yeah, and it's Lamar Jackson. You're going to see it early in this game. They've been creative with the way that they want to block. They'll pull on a counter, get him to the edge. They'll use the zone read concept, and they'll wrap Boyle, the tight end, around. And he's just reading the defensive end when he crashes to the outside. But this is an important drive, guys. I think with 6:40 left in this first half, and the Chiefs going to get the ball after halftime, the Baltimore Ravens need to get points to keep this game close enough to still run their style of play on offense.
Ingram in the backfield. Able to get out to the 25-yard line. Frank Clark made the tackle. Ravens started out strong offensively in this game. First 9 plays, ripped off 67 yards in the 8 offensive snaps prior to the last one, and a loss of 10 yards. And Baltimore has not picked up a first down since that opening drive.
And that one missed play down the middle to Mark Andrews just off his fingertips. That's the kind of play they need. Andrews is their biggest playmaker on the offensive side, and he's got 1 catch for 5 yards to date.
2nd down and 8. Jackson off the fake. Throws out to Nick Boyle. Won't get back to the line. Thornhill the stop. Check the flag. It's a loss of 1 on the play.
Prior to the pass, holding Defense, number 38. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
Now we got a little bit of holding on the rookie L'Jarius Sneed here at the line of scrimmage against Marquise Brown. You see just trying to be physical with him. Look, defensive coaches can live with that, though. They'll live with that because you're trying to challenge at the line and you're slowing down one of their fastest players.
Bashaud Breeland should come back shortly. He's serving the third of his 4-game suspension for violating the NFL substance abuse policy. And that's just another reason that Sneed, the rookie, is in there in that secondary for Kansas City.
There's not a lot of room to run in the middle of this Kansas City Chiefs defense. That's a great sign for them. They have not been very good against the run so far this season. You see Willie Gay, who was a rookie out of Mississippi State, getting some snaps finally in the interior. And these two linebackers, Damian Wilson and Anthony Hitchens, they've been up to the task so far in the interior.
2nd and 7. Number 33. Jackson pulls it back and throws, and Andrews could not come up with it. Off the fingertips and knocked away by Damian Wilson. Did a nice job to break that up.
But that is very good instinctive reaction by Damian Wilson as far as being able to drop back in the coverage. You see he takes a peek at where Andrews is and then get his eyes quickly back to the quarterback and make the PBU.
Yeah, that ball's thrown behind him. If that's in front of Andrews and an accurate ball, that's a completion.
That's one for the defense.
Wilson made 12 tackles a week ago to lead the team. He's in a contract year. Makes a big play there. Here's 3rd and 7. Jackson throwing on the run and nearly intercepted. That's Sneed who nearly came up with the interception.
I think what you see is defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo getting more and more creative as far as the types of pressure he wants to put on Lamar Jackson and make him prove that he can go ahead and make some plays down the field. You see a bunch of pressure up inside of here. Then you see Lamar have to flush out of the pocket. And you see everybody's in man-to-man coverage across the board. And that just makes it more difficult in order to convert in those kind of 3rd and long situations.
Here's Cook, got it away. Boykin and Sneed collided. You saw the two black jerseys in the middle of the field, both down on the turf. That created some confusion as well. It's a 48-yard punt. This is the 5th regular season matchup between the reigning Super Bowl MVP and the NFL MVP. And wouldn't you know, the Super Bowl MVP has won 4 straight. 1993, Troy Aikman beat Steve Young. Steve's in the building tonight. 2004, Tom Brady defeated Peyton Manning. 2012, Eli got the best of Aaron Rodgers. And in 2017, Tom Brady defeated Matt Ryan. Who will win the battle here tonight?
Well, so far it's Patrick Mahomes, and it's not even close. Lamar Jackson's got a few yards on the ground, but only 5 completions.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. Got 9. He's going to be just short.
We talked about how important that Ravens offensive drive was. They got a penalty, got a first down, but then they went 3 and out, and now they've put pressure right back on their defense, which is outstanding, but played a lot of snaps here in the first half of this game. And if the Chiefs go down and get points here before half and then get the ball back again, they'll be in trouble.
2nd and 1. I would take a shot, but that's me. Here's Mahomes. Down the field to the 35. Watkins hauls it in for his 3rd grab of the night.
You see this time they bring an extra rusher. They go short on the 2nd level, just have 3 droppers, but you're not challenging anyone, and you see that the 2nd level defenders look a little bit confused. They look confused because of all the different types of route combinations that they're running. Pat has answers as far as picking people up in protection, and right now he's having their way with this defense.
3.5 to go in the half. All 3 timeouts for Kansas City. Lots of green in front of Mahomes. Now it closes up. And a run out of bounds. Pick up a 4 on the play. Brandon Williams chased him out.
It feels to me like it's a walk in the park for Patrick Mahomes in the first half, and that's the last thing you wanted if you were, Baltimore defensively. They're not getting any pressure, and he's able to extend plays. And when he rolls out of the pocket, he's surveying the field. If something's there, I'm going to take it. If it's not, I'm just going to stroll out of bounds. It's way too easy for him right now.
Second and 6. Back to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Has first down yardage across midfield and down to the 45 of Baltimore. Ravens definitely guessing on defense right now. Gain of 16.
Yeah, no question. They're trying to play man-to-man coverage. You got two guys running with the Tyreek Hill in motion, and that's the cutback lane for Edwards-Helaire. And right now they're on skates on defense.
Chiefs are trying to get another play in here before the 2-minute warning. Edwards-Helaire, a little stutter step. And what looked like it could have been a loss is a gain of 1. Patrick Queen wrapped him up, and that wouldn't be the first time. It was Edwards-Helaire and Patrick Queen went every day against each other. Playing at LSU. Now rookies in the NFL. 2-minute warning. Kansas City. And looking for more, and the Chiefs get the football to start the second half. Osemele.
Number 70. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Jump. And Mahomes is so good about getting the defense to jump. That time his own guy. Not going to be an NFL hero in September, but look at those numbers for Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown interception ratio of 30-0.
Is that good? Yeah, I think
it ain't bad. Second and 14 after the marker. Mahomes loads up Tyreek Hill just too high. Hill could not haul that one, and Jimmy Smith running with him stride for stride had the coverage. Baltimore only rushing 4 that time.
They tried to take a deep shot on that post corner route that Tyreek Hill runs as well as anyone. Looks like when he came out of the break, when you look at the all-22, he didn't come out of it hard enough, didn't really break it off enough. Otherwise, he had Jimmy Smith just how he wanted him. They could have almost had another big play right there.
And this feels like a big play. 3rd and 14. If Baltimore can get off the field, Ravens have all 3 timeouts, trailing by 10. 3 to snap it. Here's Mahomes, gets some pressure, man in his face. He's got Hardman wide open for the touchdown. McCole Hardman. And Mahomes paid the price. Hit by Marlon Humphrey. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Usually when you see a big play like this, it's usually because it's a double move and the defensive back gets caught with his eyes in the backfield, and that's exactly what happened to Deshaun Elliott. McCole Hardman just runs a little out and up. You're going to see it right here. He's going to go up, out, and then just take it up the field.
Look at how far Patrick Mahomes goes back to buy the time. He drops back 12 yards to give Hardman the time to run that double move. Very similar to the Wasp play from the Super Bowl, right? Where he comes back 12, 13 yards to give himself time.
Butker boots through the extra point.
On 3rd and 14, right? You're expecting, the Chiefs to do something, try to get the ball to the sticks, and Andy Reid again 1 step ahead, trusting his quarterback with a huge deep drop and miscommunication in the secondary. They had this last year, the Baltimore Ravens did in the secondary, and Hardman burned them last year, and it happens again.
Yeah, you can see at the end of that play, Deshaun Elliott is sitting there looking at Marcus Peters. I think they schemed that up wrong. They didn't play that right. And they're going to make you pay, the Kansas City Chiefs, if you don't have tremendous communication in the back end. Because as you see, this quarterback can backpedal and toss the ball and put it on the money.
And he is eating the Ravens blitz alive. Mahomes is 8 for 9 for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns when Baltimore rushes an extra defender.
Sometimes I think Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes don't even care what the down and distance. They just look at it as another opportunity to attack you and score points, and that's exactly what that was.
27-10, Kansas City. Look, 2020's been difficult for everyone. A little easier for Patrick Mahomes. February 2nd, MVP of the Super Bowl. Got that 10-year, $450 million extension. You know what? I think I'll take a piece of the Royals. And when I get my Super Bowl ring, I'll propose to my longtime girlfriend, Brittany Matthews, the same night.
I asked him which ring was more important in the offseason. He said the right thing. It was definitely the engagement ring.
That's forever. Dobbins out of the backfield. We'll see if Jackson can get anything going. Gain of 6. Baltimore has all 3 timeouts. Last time the Ravens had an offensive first down was 4 minutes into the game. Jackson, sliding grab for Andrews. See some urgency by that Baltimore offense now.
It's a great throw there. Maybe this, being down so much here, get them a little bit of a sense of urgency and a little rhythm on offense.
Jackson running right up the middle. He's just across midfield. Gain of 6 on the play. Down to the final minute.
They feel like they have to get some points here before halftime.
Ravens taking their time, too. Chiefs get pressure with 4. The ball came out. Chris Jones knocked the ball free, and looks like Kansas City has recovered. Ben Neiman comes up with the football. Chris Jones knocked it free.
There's a reason why general manager Brett Veach paid Chris Jones $20 million per year, because he's one of the very best interior pass rushers in the entire NFL. When it's third down and it's time to go getting after quarterbacks, this young man is one of the very, very best. It doesn't matter if he's singled. It doesn't matter if he's doubled. He knows it's a money down, and that's what they pay him to do.
This is exactly the position that the Ravens did not want to be in. This offensive line, they don't want to sit back there and be in pass pro. They want to come off and attack in a downhill run game. You're asking Bradley Bozeman, the left guard, to block in an obvious passing situation against Chris Jones. Bad things are going to happen.
Ravens will be lucky to get to the half. Only down 17. There's Mahomes. Got a tug on his shoulder. And now he'll run with it and run out of bounds to the 43. Clock stopped, 37 seconds left. Chiefs still have all 3 timeouts.
So now you're in one of these situations for Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator, as like he's tried a little bit of everything. He's tried pressures. He's tried simulated pressures. He's tried man-to-man. He's tried 2-deep zone. He's tried single safety middle zone. And Patrick has eaten it all alive so far. That's a tough position for a play caller to be in. They're going to have to come up with a stop, though.
2nd and 3. Mahomes waiting for Tyreek Hill to come across the middle. Inside the 35, they'll spend their first timeout. Gain of 9 on the play. This thriller here tonight. Stanley Cup might even be awarded tonight in the bubble in Edmonton.
That's right. Who you got in that one, Reeves?
I like to see a 7-game series. See if the Stars can pull one out tonight. Here's Mahomes, under 30 to play in the half. Hits Watkins down just shy of the 30-yard line. Another timeout. That'll leave him with 1 left. And Kansas City pretty much able to do whatever they want at this point in the game. If I would have told you guys that the Ravens would have a 93-yard kick return for a touchdown and only 10 points for the game in the first half, we'd all be shocked.
Look, they came out running the ball pretty well. And it looked like, hey, they were going to play true to who they are. They were going to just execute their game plan, run the football, a little bit of play action. But then it just kind of got stale for him. And Pat Mahomes, look, he's had his way. Whether it's zone, man, blitz, no blitz, he's been able to do what he's wanted to do.
Here's the Baltimore blitz. Mahomes throwing against it, and Hardman juggles it and could not bring it down. Marlon Humphrey had the coverage on McCole Hardman. Nearly a spectacular grab.
They're going for the jugular, right? McCole Hardman one-on-one with Humphrey. And that is a tough assignment. Humphrey does the best job he possibly can. It's going to take a perfect throw. You got a perfect throw. Hardman just wasn't able to get two hands on the ball.
Third and 5. 16 seconds left in the half. One timeout. Mahomes gets some pressure and throws. It's Watkins at the 24. And the Chiefs will use their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
How many times have we seen Patrick Mahomes with just the amount of time to stroll outside the pocket, survey the field, and get it down? And now the question is, Andy Reid's going to just bring out the field goal unit in Butker and try to put 30 points on the board in the first half against the #1 rated scoring defense in the NFL. That's a message sent.
You're sitting here watching their coverage schemes, Grease. Their underneath coverage defenders just look like everything is happening so fast, and they're not able to match these patterns fast enough. And Pat just has huge windows to throw the ball into.
Here's Butker on to attempt a 42-yard field goal. Snap in the place. And the field goal on the way, and no good. One of the few positive things to happen tonight to the Ravens is a missed field goal and a missed extra point by Harrison Butker, who was the star in the win in overtime a week ago that allowed Kansas City to escape Los Angeles with that overtime victory.
I can tell you right now,
tell
on
me.
the plane ride home with Andy Reid, he's going to pass by the aisle where Harrison Butker is sitting. He's going to say, you started reading your press clippings last week, didn't you? Exactly how it goes on the plane. It's a lot easier to stomach that if you're Butker when you're winning by 17.
5 seconds left. Baltimore had all 3 of their timeouts. They'll spend one there. See what they dial up with 5 ticks left. The night for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, it's really been, like we said, a walk in the park from the first touchdown, and then just the time that he's had in the pocket. And we have to give credit to Andy Reid. The creativity in this first half from Andy Reid, as we've always seen, it's been off the charts. Plays like this, calling the right play at the right time is such an underrated skill in the National Football League, and Andy Reid has got it going in the first half.
See the quarterback comparison, and there is no comparison there. Just 35 passing yards for Lamar Jackson, and he's off the mark there. And still 3 seconds left after the incompletion.
You're going to test the leadership of Lamar Jackson in the locker room at halftime, right? It has not been good, and you can find all kind of excuses as to why it hasn't gone the way you wanted it. But you have an opportunity to go in, regroup at halftime, get your plan together, get with your offensive coordinator, understand the way that the Chiefs are playing you, and come out and play better in the second half.
3 seconds to go. That's kind of how the first half has gone. The normally sure-handed Mark Andrews drops that one. Unfamiliar territory for the Ravens.
Well, I can just tell you this. Patrick Mahomes right now, he's in a groove. He is seeing the field well. He mentioned to us the unscouted looks, how I react to those when they send something at me that I haven't seen before. He's handled those. He's handled just about every test that Wink Martindale, defensive coordinator of the Ravens, have given him.
And the Chiefs get the ball. Here's Hardman from the goal line. Looking to run it out. Just shy of the 20. And here is the aforementioned Lisa Salters.
Hey, Steve, well, when the Ravens left the field at halftime, they walked right by me down to their locker room, and they looked a bit shell-shocked. They haven't been down 17 points since week 4 of last season against the Browns, but I heard players trying to encourage one another to stay positive. Mark Ingram was saying, hey, it's just 17 points. I asked John Harbaugh, how do you get back into this thing? He said, we've just got to calm down. we've made it easy for them. He said one play at a time, play better, do something to put them on their heels. Andy Reid obviously said he likes the way his team is playing, but he said we need more points. 27 isn't going to be enough.
Again, Baltimore trailed Kansas City week 3 last year by 17 points. At least made a game of it in the end, and here they are trailing by 17 again. Mahomes lofts one for the back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And Kansas City can do anything they want. The back outruns Patrick Queen.
Yeah, you see Clyde Edwards. You can see the plus split that he takes on the outside edge of the tackle because you know he's going to get out into a route, and you see he just runs that little corner out against Patrick Queen. That's what makes this offense, Grease, all the more just dangerous.
That's not fair, man. That is not fair on defenses that you get a guy, a rookie like this, that doesn't just run swing routes and checkdowns. He runs vertical routes down the field and make catches like that.
23 on that game. Here's Mahomes to Tyreek Hill, trying to get him in some space. And Queen going sideline to sideline to make the stop and pick up a 3.
Yeah, they're going to get a flag, late flag here. Question is, did Patrick Queen bring down Tyreek Hill from the nameplate or a horse collar?
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic, first down.
You're putting salt in the wound here. You're trying as a linebacker, and he's got a hold of the jersey. It's right around the nameplate, but I don't think that's I don't think I would call that. I think if he didn't come down on the back of Tyreek Hill's legs, that probably doesn't get called.
You don't have to get inside the jersey.
No, but you do have to get up around the nameplate.
Right. And the knees did buckle on Hill. Going to the Wildcat. Hardman receive it. Back to Mahomes. Finds Edwards-Helaire. And the Chiefs are having themselves a party tonight in Baltimore. They're having a good old time here.
Look, I can just tell you this. Andy Reid has just a lot of people on that offensive coaching staff who are some of the best offensive innovators in the league. And it starts with guys like Eric Bieniemy, who right now is the one who's talking in the headset to Pat Mahomes as well. And the kind of stress that they are putting on defenses with the different formations, personnel groupings, backfield action, it's just unbelievable.
2nd down and 3. Up the middle with Thompson. Ball came out at the 20. Maybe the break the Ravens have been waiting for. The Ravens say they have it.
It looked like Mitchell Schwartz, the tackle, was right there in position to fall on it.
And Baltimore's got it.
That's what they needed.
16th consecutive game with a takeaway for the Ravens.
This Baltimore defense has forced 5 turnovers. Now that's the 6th one in this young season, and boy, did they need it.
Ravens averaging 31.3 points per game in Jackson's first 24 starts. And with a good defense, you're going to win a lot of games. All right, so maybe that's the spark the Ravens have needed, trailing by 17. And look to throw, trying to set up the screen. Not there. Not tonight. Ingram laid out by Anthony Hitchens for the loud incompletion.
I mean, just a great read from Anthony Hitchens. Here he is right here. He's just going to read the screen. This is the first play out of halftime, and you don't know what you're going to get as a defense. He's got him in man coverage, and he just slips right by. I'm not sure what Ronnie Stanley was doing there. If he gets a block on the linebacker, that play had a chance, but good recognition from Hitchens.
When Brett Veach got the general manager's job for Kansas City, he said the first call he made was to Dallas to try to trade for Anthony Hitchens. He's that valuable. 1 second to snap it on the play clock. Wow, just got it away. Here's Jackson. He will pitch it to Gus Edwards. Out to the 25-yard line. Ingram, I beg your pardon. That's Mark Ingram for a gain of 4.
What you see is the Chiefs getting more comfortable on the edges as far as what their assignments are supposed to be. You see the guy who's supposed to take the quarterback takes the quarterback. You see the people running inside out to the pitch man. Steve Spagnuolo has He's got a good rhythm right now going as far as how to defend the run game. We'll see if he can keep it up. But this offense takes some getting used to.
They're pitching the shutout right now, right? I mean, they gave up a touchdown on a kick return. They've only given up 3 points in this game.
Here's 3rd down and 6. And the flag. See if that's on Frank Clark.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down. We're short, right?
We came into this game, and everybody's talking about which defense has a chance to stop the other offense. And everybody said, well, it's probably Baltimore, right? They're the #1 scoring defense in the league, and nobody respected Steve Spagnuolo in this Kansas City defense, and they've come out, they've played well.
That ball came out.
Oh, it's a snap, it's a fumbled snap. They're going to get a false start on the Ravens. They just look out of sorts.
It's Patrick Ricard, the fullback.
Illegal snap infraction. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
It's Matt Skura, the center.
You got Ricard coming in motion. They're trying to time up the motion, and Lamar and Skura looked like he thought that Lamar was under center, and he's in the shotgun. I mean, you got to get control of the huddle and control of this team and this offense if you're Lamar Jackson right now.
3rd and 6. Marquise Brown has been quiet. There's Jackson with time. Double pump. Hits Brown. And he's able to lunge forward for the 1st down. Needed that one.
And Brown had the 1st down when he caught the ball, and then he came back and didn't have the 1st down, and then he had to lunge to go back and get the 1st down. So, gosh, you feel like they had to have that 1st down to get any kind of momentum going on offense.
Which was nice to see on that play. You saw Lamar go through his reads there. Went front side, came back side, stayed calm in the pocket. That's the kind of thing he's going to have to show the rest of this game, because this is going to be a passing game. There's no doubt about that.
Just the first catch of the night for Marquise Brown. They got to get him involved. Here's Jackson. Take a deep shot. Down the field. Brown trying to run underneath it. And could not come up with it. Rashad Fenton had the coverage. But that was there.
Absolutely it was there. And you had your fastest player, Marquise Brown, down there, beat Fenton. Looked like a good throw to me, Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, those are the shots. Those plus 20-yard shots outside the numbers. Clean release by the wideout. He stacks the defensive back, meaning he gets on top of him. He's just got to lay that one in there. That's the development. That's the next step for Lamar. Hit those big plays consistently, and now you're humming.
Second and 10 from their own 32. Pocket collapses. Jackson's out of there. There's some of the speed we've been waiting to see all night, trying to tiptoe down the sideline. He's got plenty of yardage for the 1st down. We'll see where they spot him about midfield. It's going to be a run of 18 yards for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing that he has to do for this offense. And you see when he just finds a hole, everybody's covered. Just tuck it and run. You got to provide a spark for your football team. It's okay to run. It's okay to pick up 1st downs with your legs. And look at that young man when he turns the corner. Oh boy.
From midfield. On the ground, Gus Edwards. Mike Pennell makes the stop. And if you can believe it, the 47 of Kansas City is the deepest penetration for the Ravens since the opening drive. Again, if you're just joining us, the only touchdown the Ravens have scored is on a Devin Duvernay 93-yard kick return. First kick return for a score in the NFL this season. Try the ground game with Edwards. Has the 1st down inside the 40. Running behind Bradley Bozeman.
So that's the kind of physical run play that you want, Grace. You just get two double teams at the point of attack. You see the double teams on the inside here. They just get movement at the point of attack, and then they're just coming downhill. And Gus Edwards is a big man. As a secondary player, you see that guy coming at you. You better get low, otherwise he's going to put a hurting on you. That's their identity. That's what they need to continue to do.
6'1", 238 out of Rutgers. Gus Edwards. Go back to Ingram, and Jackson has it. Turns the corner. Jackson has the first down, and really for the first time, maybe even more so than that opening drive, Ravens are humming a little bit here on offense.
Yeah, and great job by Ronnie Stanley, the left tackle. He's the one that seals Passanio on the edge, and that allows Lamar Jackson to get to the outside. But you're right, they finally have some rhythm, and it has to start for this offense with the run game. They can't throw to set up the run. It's got to be the opposite way around.
8.5 to go, third quarter. Here's Ingram. Trying to move the pile. We'll give him a couple in forward progress.
Now Steve Spagnuolo is going to bring Tyrann Mathieu up around the line of scrimmage. He's starting to run the ball. He's going to get that 8th man in the box, and that time Mathieu came up on the weak side. They audible to run the ball to the strong side, but either way, you're going to have an extra man in the box for the run game.
You see how quickly the second-level defenders are attacking the line of scrimmage now. This is a ripe time for play action at some point in time. They were only 1 for 5 for 4 yards in the first half in play action.
Jackson, shot for the end zone. His tight end, Mark Andrews, could not bring it in. It was there.
I mean, that's what you're looking for, right, Grace?
Yeah,
that's what you're looking for. A little switch release. Juan Thornhill, he kind of got started at the middle of the pattern there and kind of chopped his feet, and Mark was able to separate. If Mark's good enough to bring that ball in, he's got to make that catch. It's difficult.
One of the best tight ends in the league, and your offense is struggling. That ball's got to be caught.
Andrews led all tight ends last season with 10 touchdown catches. Not Kelsey, not Kittle, but Mark Andrews. 3rd and 9. Underneath. It's Dobbins. He's going to be just short. Tedrick Thompson came up to make sure of it, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, quick decision here from John Harbaugh to go for it in this situation. I think they probably knew that they were going to go for it on 4th down. That's why they were comfortable throwing the ball underneath like that, just to set up this situation.
So the Ravens' success on 4th down. Chiefs are running a player late onto the field, only had 10. It's Taco Charlton who came on late. And Ronnie Stanley looked like he moved.
False start. Offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
To the other side, Orlando Brown.
Boy, it's just been up and down, choppy execution for this offense, and they came out, they had some negative plays, had some penalties, they had a snap that was on the ground, then you get some momentum running the football, and you finally get in a position where you can go down and potentially put a score on the board, and then you have another false start penalty. This is going to drive John Harbaugh nuts in the meeting room tomorrow.
Justin Tucker on for a 42-yard field goal attempt. On the way, and Tucker's good. It's a 2-touchdown game. 6 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter in Baltimore. Next season again, the AFC North, the AFC West will hook up again, and that's already been determined at some point. Next season, the Chiefs will play the Ravens here again. Those things tend to even out over the years. Hardman to let it go out the back of the end zone. Patrick Mahomes having himself a night. And Andy Reid clearly, I say clearly, has figured out the face shield. Andy, who is beloved in the league, maybe more so than any current head coach. He took a lot of heat for that opening night Thursday.
Oh, he didn't take heat. It was just gentle, good-hearted ribbing.
Said he was seeing comic strips about it. Heard from every single person on the planet. Here's Kelsey underneath from the 30.
My dad used to wear glasses when he played, and he would fog up, and just like that, right? But you just need a windshield wiper or something.
Right.
I guess you figured out the Palmolive trick or the hockey mask.
Yes.
What was it?
Yeah, the hockey people, they have to clear the visor all the time, and every single player has to use it. And it was funny, John Harbaugh was asked, what do you think you're going to wear? And he said, well, after seeing Andy, I'm not going to wear that. So I think most coaches around the league felt the same way.
I don't know. He stuck with it. Seems to be working.
Well, I figured it out. The secret solution. 2nd and 4. Mahomes slips one in there to Sammy Watkins. 6th catch for him. That's good for 9 yards.
You look at the distribution of the ball from Patrick Mahomes and his top 5 eligibles, right? We talked about it. The top 5 eligible receivers, Hardman, Kelsey, Hill, Watkins, and Hilaire, they all have more than 3 catches, and they're all over 40 yards. I mean, that's how you distribute.
And then there's the shovel to Sherman, the fullback, which you're not expecting for the touchdown.
You got to give a little sugar to the fullback every now and then.
Yeah. So many toys, so many tricks for Kansas City. Edwards-Helaire. Forward progress. Tyus Bowser the tackle. First in for Baltimore after the gain of 2.
So how do you stop this, Lewis?
Yeah, it's a great question, Grace. It's a real good question. I think what it speaks to is that Patrick has the full breadth of the offense at his disposal, meaning this, he's just letting the offense take him to where he needs to distribute the football, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can't really explain this because Andy's not necessarily calling plays for all those guys. It's just where the progression takes him. And that just tells you that Patrick is in a groove right now with this offense.
2nd and 8. Out to Hardman. Going to mark him short. Bring up a 3rd down and 1. And then the NFL draft, right, is supposed to even things out, right? The worst team gets the best pick, and therefore the 32nd team gets the last pick, and yet the Chiefs come away with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a top-notch running back.
Well, Lewis will tell you that's why they pay GMs, right? Brett Veach of the world is you draft well, and they have certainly done that in Kansas City.
They were giggling when he fell to them. Absolutely giggling.
3rd down and 1. Extra blocker in there. And it's Darrell Williams that time. And it looks like he's going to be short.
Finally, they put big Brandon Williams, number 98, in the middle of that Ravens defensive line, and not an easy man to run on at 336 pounds.
4th and 1 upcoming.
You see Big Brandon just reset the line of scrimmage. That's how defensive line coaches teach it. That is no fun if you're an offensive lineman, I'm going to tell you that. But that's how you play.
That's a half a yard they need. It's the fullback, Sherman, and he didn't get there. And the Ravens defense holds. So we're seeing some spark by this Baltimore defense. L.J. Fort was right there, along with Derek Wolfe. They forced a turnover on the last series. Now they make a big stop on 4th and 1 at midfield. Some life from this Baltimore Ravens defense. As for the offense, stay tuned. Night for the Ravens. It's been on the special teams. Otherwise, it's been a couple of field goals. Starting with excellent field position after the stop on 4th and 1. See what Lamar Jackson can do with this. From just across midfield. Jackson being chased, and he'll throw late and complete. Miles Boykin with the catch, pickup of 8.
They really need to get Mark Andrews more involved in this game, and he has to make the plays. They've tried to get it to him over the middle and haven't been able to get it to him. They try to get him off of a scramble here, a little off target. They had a nice look to him one-on-one on Thornhill in the end zone, and he's got to make that play. But Mark Andrews is about 75% of the targets throughout the course of last year for Lamar Jackson, and he hasn't been able to get going in this one.
Andrews only caught one ball a week ago in the victory over Houston. It's Ingram, and he has the first down. Hey, speaking of Houston, by the way, who made the Texans schedule, right? They have to open up against Kansas City, then get the Ravens, then go to Pittsburgh. How's that for your how do you do when you're looking at your first quarter of the season, as these coaches do? Yeah, they want to see their first 4 games.
Without DeAndre Hopkins, too.
Right. And next week, by the way, they get Minnesota 0-3. You're not expecting the Vikings to come in 0-3. It's a wild schedule for the Texans to start. Here's Jackson. Making a few people miss. He'll take a look. Willie Gay eventually tripped him up at the 33.
You can see what offensive coordinator Greg Roman was thinking there, trying to get the play action on first down after they picked up the first and kind of come out with a little bit of a bootleg action, try and hit Marquise Brown going across the field on a deep over route. Good thinking, just had it covered.
Yeah, and you got to give credit to Kansas City defensively, right? They have been on top of the run game for the most part, and they've been able to react to the play action looks. Nowhere for Lamar to go on that one.
2nd and 5. Had a little issue with the snap there. It's Gus Edwards. Has first down yardage and much more. Gus Edwards inside the 10, running behind Nick Boyle. It's a gain of 24.
Take a look at Sorensen, number 49, coming down. Just overplays it, thinks he's going to go outside, and that's who that play was designed to go to, and Sorensen overplayed it. Great blocking up front, though. Doyle, the tight end, kind of spark they needed from Gus Edwards.
First time the Ravens have been inside the 10. First down and goal from the 8. Final half minute, quarter number 3. Jackson will keep it. Turns the corner for a 3-yard gain. Danielson Sorensen forced him out.
If they can find some way, somehow, to get this ball in the end zone and make this a 1-score game, would be a huge momentum shift for the Ravens.
They will swap ends of the field, as that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Chiefs by a couple of touchdowns, with the Ravens knocking on the door. Lisa Salters is downstairs. Steve Levy, Brian Greasy, and Louis Riddick upstairs. We welcome you to the 4th quarter of this classic Monday Night Football matchup here in Baltimore, as the NFL prepares to roar into October. And week 4, hopefully healthy, definitely happy on the way. The NFL and its member clubs have done a phenomenal job to this point.
So fortunate to be here. Absolutely. Playing football, right? Like, this was the game that we all wanted to see. And when COVID was happening, this was the game you were worried that we weren't going to get to play.
And starting on time. Keep up the good work, everybody. 2nd down and goal to open up the 4th quarter. Jackson to throw for it, back of the end zone, it is caught! It's Nick Boyle able to hang on for the touchdown. And here we go.
But that is a tremendous job right there of play action pass. Tight end runs a crossing route in the back of the end zone. You're going to see him just come down and go across the back of the end zone. And you're going to see the effects of play action here. Watch everyone take a step forward. And Juan Thornhill, the safety, number 22, just that little step causes him to have to redirect. He gets caught out of position, and Lamar just throws a dart, puts it right where it needs to be put. Perfect throw.
Now, we thought Baltimore might think about going for 2. Week 4 last year, the loss against the Browns, Baltimore went for 2 after scoring a touchdown, down by 14, and got it. Tucker boots it away. And the Chiefs will go to offense now with just a 7-point lead. And you think it's all fun and games when you're the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. Not necessarily the case, Lewis.
Eric Bieniemy is as intense as it gets. And you can tell right here he is not pleased with the recent execution of the offense right now, and he will let them know. Andy Reid has told me personally, Eric will get after this offense, and they respect him for it. Expect them to pick it up here.
Expect him to be a head coach very, very soon. See the last 3 drives for the Chiefs now find themselves in a ball game. Out to Edwards-Helaire. Out to the 31-yard line. Marlon Humphrey and Jimmy Smith brought him down.
Yeah, you saw those last 3 drives. The first 5 drives, they scored 4 touchdowns in this game. And then right before half, they missed the field goal. And then here in the third quarter, they fumbled the ball and turned it over on down. So Andy Reid absolutely right to have Bieniemy lay into them on the side, because they're now in a 1-score game.
Edwards-Helaire never got back to the line of scrimmage. L.J. Fort made sure of that. Loss of 1 on the play. 3rd down. Fort's the guy who made the big stop on 4th and 1 at midfield. It's a big play there.
3rd down. Baltimore has not been able to get pressure on Patrick Mahomes this entire game. So they have something cooked up. Have they made the adjustments on the side to get pressure in this situation?
Mahomes swings it out to Edwards-Helaire down the sideline. Chuck Clark bumped him out, but not until a gain of 18 and the easy first down.
Matt Judon, he's going to rush around the edge. The problem is nobody's left for the back, and he's just going to release. Patrick sees it. You're trying to get some kind of creative pressure, but it's just too many answers from Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
See those numbers against the blitz from Mahomes. Maybe you stop blitzing him. 9 of 11 for 2 scores. Feeding Edwards-Helaire again. And Jihad Ward makes the tackle for Baltimore.
It's easy to say you stop blitzing him, but if you give him so much time to throw the ball, he's going to kill you that way too. I honestly think after watching the Chiefs here for the first 2 games and now here tonight against a great defense, we know they're a great defense, I think really the only way to stop them is to keep the ball away from them, or they have to self-destruct, i.e. fumble and giving it over on downs the last 2 drives.
2nd and 9. Mahomes just got it away, and Tyreek Hill inside the 40. Tyus Bowser had the pressure.
See, it's just the subtle movement in the pocket by Patrick. Just look, he steps up to the right. He feels the pressure coming off the edge to his blind side. Watch him just step up just a little bit. Takes a little bit of a shot in the face. But that's that next level he's talking about, is reaching as far as having answers for the unscouted look. When the defense does something he hasn't seen before, I just don't know how you stop that kind of thing on a consistent basis.
Watkins was tied up the whole way by Marlon Humphreys. That had no chance of being successful.
I tell you, I never get tired of hearing the quarterbacks now at the line of scrimmage, right? You hear everything he's saying. Mike 48, right? He's setting the protection. He's like, hey, watch out for 44. That's Marlon Humphrey. He's lined up in the slot. There's so much going on mentally with Patrick Mahomes. And that might be the most surprising thing for people at home, is how smart and analytical this young man has become.
Baltimore rushing 4, deep shot over Hardman's head. And it's 3rd down.
You know, watching this game unfold, one thing I will say is this. Look, Patrick has had a lot of answers for what they're doing, but a lot of the Ravens' problems have been self-inflicted. There's been a lot of communication errors in the back end. People turn loose, running free, and whenever they back off, they give up easy yardage. They need to get up on the line and challenge them, because that is when they do their best work. Pat has to hold the ball the longest, and they get hits on it.
3rd and 10. Pressure comes up the middle. And Mahomes will run outside of it and scamper out of bounds after getting the first down, pickup of 12.
Well, if you're going to bring pressure and you're going to beat down Martindale, you bring it in the middle here. All these guys are coming, but you have nobody on the edge. And you got to give credit to this offensive line for Kansas City as well. They're playing without their starter, Andrew Wiley. They're playing this season without Laurent Duvernay-Tardif. They're down 2 guys in the middle of this line, and they've been keeping Patrick Mahomes pretty clean tonight.
1st and 10 from the 27 of Baltimore. It's Williams down to the 20. Gain of 6.
For as much as Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy like to throw the football, when they get down into the red area, they like to run it. This is where they take some of the pressure off of Patrick, put it on the running game, and let the big guys up front go to work. And they've got some runners like Darrell Williams who can really pound the ball between the tackles. That takes time off the clock, gives Patrick a little bit of a breather, and just makes this offense so difficult to defend.
10th play of the drive. Snap it quickly that time. Edwards-Helaire, another first down.
See here, they're just going to run a little inside zone and just let Clyde Edwards-Helaire just read it out front side. He identifies the cutback lane. It's a tough, hard run.
This is an impressive drive. You know, it's been a lot of a quick strike for the Chiefs in this game, but after Eric Bieniemy gets into them on the sideline, they come out and they have a drive here. They've been deliberate, taking time off the clock. Now, if they go in and score a touchdown, they're in great shape.
Edwards-Helaire taking people on down to the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Chris Board was the first man to hit him. 14th carry of the night for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Feels like more.
They just keep going back to the well. The same inside zone runs. This flip the formation, run it the other way. This good old-fashioned hard-nosed football.
And they're taking their time in the huddle. Patrick, he understands, probably got that message from Andy Reid. Listen, take your time. Snap these balls under 5 seconds on the play clock. Go down and score.
Spend a timeout. Five-and-a-half-minute drive will continue right after this. Tweeting away. If this announcer doesn't stop calling my son Pat, I may scream.
Guilty, guilty, guilty. I apologize, Patrick.
That's Lewis.
That's Lewis. That's right.
Don't call him Lou.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. Same thing. I get it.
Calling you Lou for the rest of the year.
Patrick's going to be calling you Lou. Here's Mahomes. Sidearms it for Watkins. Down to the 2. Pickup of 11. First and goal.
This is just a ho-hum play for Patrick Mahomes to escape the pocket, get to the outside. First, second read is not there. Extend, and then flip the hips. And look at that. He flips the hips, and Sammy Watkins knows if I find a spot, if I find a hole, he's going to get me the football.
Nick Allegretti is in, extra blocker for Kansas City. First and goal from the 2. Here's Mahomes trying to set it up.
Oh.
The big fella, Eric Fisher, the left tackle, eligible and then some. And some hot potato in the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs.
What a great play call. Just get him rolling right. Eric Fisher just sneaks out on the left side. Look, this is something that you see Eric Fisher right here. Just watch him. He's just going to sit here at the line of scrimmage, act like he's blocking. That works every single time down in the red area. When a guy on the line of scrimmage acts like he's going to block and then releases late into the pattern, he's probably open 99.9% of the time. Great play call by Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy.
Eric Fisher, at one point, was the #1 overall pick.
Central Michigan?
In the 2013 draft, yes, out of Central Michigan. Hey, a lot of #1 overall picks scored touchdowns.
I'm sure you
Why
have
not left tackles?
I'm sure you have it on your board. He was a tight end in high school.
They're all tight ends and quarterbacks in high school, Grease, as you know.
Okay. What a great play call.
He's got skills, yeah. Here's Butker. On for the extra point. Lengthy drive. Leads to a touchdown. The Chiefs have touchdowns to the fullback and their left tackle tonight. Having their way with the Ravens in Baltimore. Up 14 again. Patrick Mahomes, he doesn't have any bad nights. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you want from me? 4 touchdown passes tonight. Mahomes and the Chiefs on top of the Ravens 34-20. Butker will kick it away. Ravens will start at the 25. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this word from DraftKings. Speaking of fantasy, Lewis, I know you took a lot of heat for taking Clyde Edwards-Helaire, #1 overall in the highly publicized ESPN War Room Fantasy League.
Yeah, you know.
The 1 overall pick.
He's got no answer.
What do you want me to say?
Having a great season. Saying you could have gone in a different direction. Ingram could not hang on, and a flag comes in. Anthony Hitchens. Stop.
It looked like Ingram was trying to catch that ball, was in a defenseless position, and there was a defender that came through and took a shot. That flag came way from the back, Judge.
Not late, though, Grease. It was not late.
No, it wasn't late at all.
No such thing as a late flag, as you know, according to John Parry.
It was Damian Wilson that hit him.
Personal foul. Defense number 54. Hit on a defenseless receiver. 15 yards. Automatic. First down.
That'll help the Ravens' cause here.
Oh, boy.
I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it.
Neither. Neither did Damian Wilson.
Yeah. Ravens will take it. They catch a break there. From the 40. Jackson running away from people. Throwing on the run. Across the middle, it's J.K. Dobbins. Down to the 41. Outran Frank Clark for a gain of 19.
Yeah, Frank Clark came quick off the edge, but Lamar Jackson's much quicker. And nice job with Lamar, seeing the field, getting his hips flipped, and getting an accurate throw.
Ravens go fast here. Here's Jackson loading up again, and nearly intercepted and juggled and knocked away. Charvarius Ward able to knock it away. The 19-yard completion is the longest of the night, by the way, for Lamar Jackson.
But these are the plays, again, that he has to hit. You saw what Marquise Brown did to Ward there off the line of scrimmage. Yeah. He smoked him right off the line. You have to hit those. That has to be a touchdown. They have to be lining up, kicking the extra point right now. And you see Lamar pointing to himself.
You know, sometimes he tries to force that or throw that ball on a line rather than getting that air on it. We watch Russell Wilson put air on it. That gives you a lot more room for error. He's got to learn that.
Here's Jackson now. Looking to escape. A helmet came off and a flag came down. Looked like Tyree Phillips' helmet.
Typically when the offensive lineman's helmet comes off, it's hands to the face, but I'm not a sleuth.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to get on Chris Jones.
Illegal use of the hands. Hands to the face. Defense, number 95. That 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
Good job, detective.
Yeah, I mean, he's just one of the better interior pass rushers. You see what he's trying to do. He's just trying to bull rush, and his hand just comes up too high, gets underneath the face mask, pops the helmet off. Look, sometimes that happens when you're rushing the passer. It's a fight down in the trenches every snap, and he's one of the very best.
It's a 23 yards here for the Ravens. Kansas City earned that last penalty. A lot of people coming in white jerseys. They beat the blitz. Get it to Dobbins. Fenton had him wrapped up. It's a gain of 6. Coming up on 7 minutes to play in the fourth quarter.
Baltimore's continuing to stay at the line of scrimmage, not huddle. I agree with that. This is where Steve Spagnuolo likes to bring pressure.
Caught for the first down. There's Brown, just his second catch of the night. It's a gain of 6 on the play. Marquise Brown's been targeted 6 times. Here's that Kansas City pressure again, and again able to get it away. Andrews hauls it in. Pick up a 5.
It's 3 straight all-out blitzes from Kansas City defensively, and Baltimore continues to throw it underneath. If they take a shot over the top, you get a touchdown.
Here's the pressure again. Jackson can't get out of it this time. Going to be wrapped up and dropped all the way back at the 25-yard line. Taco Charlton was there, along with Ben Neiman. Loss of 8.
Watch Lamar's eyes. They never looked downfield. These eyes came straight down. And, I understand, you're trying to go fast and not huddle. But right now, there was not good communication. Wasn't a good play call. They weren't on the same page. And now they go back into the huddle. I think sometimes you get diminishing returns when you go fast and don't huddle.
Jackson looked angry even before that play. You can sort of see his body language in the huddle there. He appears perturbed. 3rd and 14. Jackson's in trouble, and he can't escape that one. All the way back to the 31-yard line. Frank Clark brought him down. Loss of 10 on the play, and the Ravens are going the wrong way.
From a defensive perspective, that's what you got to do. You got to keep the sideboards on Lamar and keep him in the pocket, and that way you have a chance to corral him. And at least that's what you see happen here. You see what the defensive ends do. They don't let him get out on the perimeter, make him step up into the pocket, and hopefully his eyes come down. That's how you win the down against him.
So it's 4th and 24, going for it. Need to get about inside the 8-yard line. A lot of pressure. Jackson loads up, looking for a big man, and he can't get it there. Was trying to go to Miles Boykin, and nothing doing. Shot Fenton on the coverage, and the Ravens turn it over on downs. Up 14, 4:50 to go. And it's Kansas City's football when we come back. The night for Lamar Jackson has not gone the way he had hoped. 4 career primetime starts coming into this one have been 4-0, averaging 36.5 points per game. And they're stuck on 20 tonight.
It's been a tough night for him. There's no question about it. And, he was demonstrative at the end of that last drive. I think he wanted to push the ball down the field against some of that all-out pressure. He got 3 all-outs in a row, and they threw 3 slants. And that's not the way to score points. I think Greg Roman needs to help him out. But then also I think he needed to hit Marquise Brown. That would have been a touchdown. So Lamar's going to watch the film tomorrow, I think, get better from this. Understand that he's gonna bear some of the brunt of tonight. He didn't play well, but his team didn't play well around him either.
We should give some credit to Kansas City's defense as well. I think it's an underrated unit because the offense gets so much attention. They've done a nice job against Baltimore here tonight. Edwards-Helaire and a timeout. They'll give 1 on the play. First timeout taken by the Ravens. And we'll take it with them. 4:42 to play on the 4th from Baltimore. On second thought, that was their second timeout, and we'll stay right here.
The good news for Lamar Jackson and for Baltimore, they're not handing out any championships tonight, right?
It's only week 3.
It's only week 3, and they're going to be there at the end. The problem is this stings. Now 3 in a row against this team, and the seed of doubt of whether you can beat them is bigger than it's ever been.
3rd and 6. Mahomes able to complete to Kelsey. Across midfield, runs into Deshaun Elliott, and the clock will continue to wind. See the facial expressions, total opposite as you would expect from Lamar Jackson.
Look, it's just those communication errors. You see right there, 2 guys chasing 1 wide receiver. That has been plaguing Baltimore all night long. As good as Patrick has been, Baltimore has hurt themselves time and time again with miscommunications. And against this offense, you can't afford miscommunications. Otherwise, Patrick is going to put up some big stats on you.
Okay, Lou.
Snapper with 1. It's Edwards-Helaire. picks up a couple yards on the play. We spoke with both quarterbacks this week about the importance of tonight's game. Mahomes went right to the fact there's only one bye. First time in 30 years. That's the importance. Even though it's week 3, if it comes down to these two teams, you want the head-to-head matchup.
You could almost argue, and I think that both of these teams will be there in the playoffs at the end, but you could almost argue that the winner of this game basically won 2 games. They won this game and potentially a playoff game because they won't have to play one.
People forget the Ravens were the 1 seed last year, not the Chiefs. Again, it's Edwards-Helaire. And the flip side of that conversation is Lamar Jackson, who would say, hey, it's just another game. And now playing on Monday night, we got a short week to go play Washington next week. Well, that was his mindset. Ravens have used their last timeout. I'm going to go last when we talk to the head coach this coming week, all right?
That's a fun postmortem there.
Whew. 3rd and 4 for the Chiefs. Set it up nicely to screen at Darrell Williams, leaking out of the backfield. And he has just enough for the first down. Pick up a 4 on the play.
What a great play design. I mean, I'm telling you, they have everything in their arsenal. Here, it's going to be man-to-man coverage. And just look at all the, look at what you have here. You're going to have 1, 2, 3. He's going to sneak out like this. Travis Kelce. I mean, this is going to be a whole bunch of traffic, and they're just going to lose track of where Darrell Williams is.
And Kansas City now 10 of 12 on 3rd down conversion attempts. And so Baltimore's defense just can't get off the field.
Yeah, 10 of 12. You're not going to win many games like that.
Edwards-Helaire to the 35. Gain of 2. And to the 2-minute warning we go.
But what an impressive game from the Kansas City Chiefs. They didn't play their best football last week. They did not look good on the offensive line up front. They got manhandled by the Chargers for 3 quarters and found a way to pull a rabbit out of a hat. But they have looked complete tonight.
Chiefs will go home. Face New England next week. 2-minute warning from Baltimore. Ravens are out of timeouts. 2nd down and 8. Edwards-Helaire. 18th carry of the night. Let's pick up a 2 on the play. Chiefs will take every second as you would expect. And again, Kansas City will go home where they'll wait for Cam Newton, Bill Belichick, and the New England Patriots. And the Ravens have a date with Washington. Short bus ride. Again, it's Edwards-Helaire.
I don't know if we were surprised by the guy on the left. I would say that the guy on the right, that was a surprising performance. Maybe his low career passing yards is 105. And right now he hasn't even cracked 1 bill. So I think that was the biggest surprise of this, the way that this offense for Baltimore was not able to get anything going consistently against Kansas City's defense.
And he was sacked 4 times.
You know what? It's Patrick's efficiency against the blitz. I mean, 16 completions, 202 yards, 3 pass TDs against one of the best blitzing defenses in the NFL. He has all the answers, and when he has the answers like that, look, speaking of Steve Young, he'll tell you, it's a great feeling as a quarterback when you know what's coming, and I have an answer for everything.
It's also a great feeling for the play caller.
That too, yeah.
You know Bill Belichick's watching right now because he's getting ready to play these Chiefs next week, and you know, it's one thing to stop Darren Waller on the Raiders, right? 1 target.
Right.
You got 5 targets here. How are you going to account for 5 of these guys? You never know where the football's going to go.
And Lamar Jackson will have to continue to deal with the comparison to Patrick Mahomes and the fact that he's still not able to beat Patrick. And again, it's so much more than just the quarterbacks. We get that. But in all this age of one-on-one superstar matchups with quarterbacks, Jackson will have to live with that. Mahomes got the better of him again tonight. On 4th and 1, throwing for it. And I believe it's going to be out of bounds. I call it an incomplete pass. We're going to go to Nick Keiser. And the Ravens offense will run onto the field with 23 seconds left. Jackson's career low for passing yards again, Grease, you mentioned it, 105. That was week 13 last year against the 49ers. And he's at 97 yards passing on the night.
And this will be an important week for Lamar Jackson and for John Harbaugh to regroup. And they're going to take a knee here. This is a proud team. This is a team, they thought that they were the best team in the NFL, and to come in and be humbled like this in their home stadium, this will be a learning lesson, but they've had enough of those.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a teachable moment for sure, but Lamar Jackson is wired the right way. He understands where he wants to go. He will go back to work at the facility, get with James Urban, the quarterback coach, Greg Roman, the offensive coordinator, and he'll put in the work, and he'll come out swinging. He'll come out swinging next week. He doesn't know any other way.
Well, this is a bottom line business, and Lamar Jackson is 21-1 against everybody else, 0-3 against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Next Monday night, don't miss the Packers as they host the Falcons. We'll see you from Lambeau Field. Our producers, Phil Dean, our director, Jimmy Platt, for Lisa Salters, John Parry, Louis Riddick, Brian Greasy, I'm Steve Levy. Thanks for watching, everyone, from Baltimore, Maryland. Time now to send it to Sports Center. Nearby is Scott Van Pelt.